Is going on, guys? Jay Chip here, coming back after a little break from the videos. We're gonna start right away with the one I had in the last video. We had the 3-man here, a couple college basketball plays. Both of them ended up not hitting, so it looks like NBA's our bread and butter here. But honestly, close calls with the points line. Just finished with a 3-pointer above his line, and then Cameron Boozer with 1.5 rebounds over his line. Shea even a tight squeeze under 6.5 dimes. So this wasn't the best, but the tools did green light all of the plays. So as always, we got to get in the volume and we got to trust the data no matter what. They were saying unders on everything, so we have to go with the all unders. I think we haven't done a video since the new year. So first off, happy new year to everyone watching. Let's just start off the new year properly with some greens here. We already cashed some out in the VIP. Just an awesome start to the week. Looks like the plus EV space is really doing well this week, so that's something we want to continue along here, especially in the videos for you guys. So as always, I will be using the tools from Parlayers. We got the player prop optimizer and the sharp money tool. We got the player prop optimizer that compares the Prizepicks lines back to other apps like Prizepicks. You got Underdog Fantasy, DraftKings Pick 6, Better Picks, all equipped here on the tool. So you can get as much data points, as much confidence in reference to our Prizepicks lines to see where we should be playing the over or the under. And then we also got the sharp money tool. Instead of comparing it back to other apps like Prizepicks, we got peer-to-peer exchanges like Novig, like Prizepicks. So we're seeing where these sharp bettors with these sophisticated models and the billion-dollar projections are pricing these lines, so we could follow their directions on top of the house's direction. So we have all the confidence behind their picks. Like I was saying earlier, if the tools are saying under, we have to play under. It would just not be wise to go against the tools. What's the point of having them? They're pointing us in a certain direction on whether the play will hit more often than not, and that's basically what we're betting on. So my strategy is that I like to use the optimizer second. I like to just compare if the lines are available up on other apps as well to see if we're getting kind of those exclusive plays to Prizepicks. So I do like starting off with the sharp money tool. You guys are noticing that there's just less these high plus EV picks, these high percentage odds plays to hit, because we are on the peer-to-peer exchanges. There's actually not that many on the optimizer, but you're gonna see that there's, I'd say, the volume of very good plays are more condensed, more filtered out on the sharp money tool. It's why I like starting with these, because I know if they're on this tool that they're probably are one of our better bets, and then we could cross-reference with the optimizer to make sure all the books and all the fantasy books as well are agreeing with the sharp money tool's verdict. So we're gonna start right away. I do like this Brook Lopez play. I was looking at it before. I ended up getting it in one of our VIP slips, but it did get bumped down to 11. So it opened the day at 11.5, and then it just dropped to 11, and I believe that the 11.5 play became a demon play. So I'm just gonna make sure with you guys on video. Yeah, so this ended up becoming a demon play. So if you ended up securing it under 11.5 when it was a regular over under line for full value, then obviously you secured tremendous value. It did get bumped down to 11, so not crazy. Had this been bumped down to 10.5, it wouldn't even be on the tool. First of all, it wouldn't be on the top of the tool, that's for sure, and therefore we wouldn't be playing it. But because it's at 11, I actually will play this bump, only because we got a book bet online. So what does that tell us? Well, right off the bat, we're getting a 1.5 points, rebounds, assists, PRA discrepancy with our Prizepicks line. So if you finish this with 10 PRA, then we cash this line, but we wouldn't cash this line. That's kind of the discrepancy. That's the point. That's the idea behind it. We have that 1.5 PRA to work with. And also, BetMGM has him at 11.5, which I don't like, but they have him as a minus 150 favorite to finish with 11 or less. So that's good odds too. And then this is probably going to be our best point of confidence here. Again, we're starting with the sharp money tool and the strategy. This is step one. And you see here that the sharp bettors on Novig are offering this line at plus 128 to his over 10.5. Right? It's not 11.5 here, it's 10.5. So what is that telling us? The sharp bettors believe that he's a heavy underdog to go for 11 or more PRE. So in turn, they're telling us that his favorite direction and the play they most likely would want to put their money on is going to be him finishing with 10 or less PRE. And what does that mean for us? Well, if he finishes with 10 or less points, rebounds, assists, then he cashes our Prizepicks line. He doesn't even push at 11. He completely greens it out, which is exactly what we're hoping for, exactly what we're betting on this Lopez play, that he finishes with 10 or less. So I do like this 11 here PRA. We're going to play the bump, hopefully still up by the time I get this video. So I do got to move quick. As you guys know, Prizepicks just pumps all the plays I do when I'm recording. So I do got to move a bit quicker on that end. I'm really liking that play, and that's going to be our first play. The slip, it's going to be Brook Lopez under 11.5 PRA. Like I mentioned before, we do have we've got two exchanges, Novig and Prizepicks here on the board. I just want to see if there's anything else. Not anything crazy. His Brunson plays not too bad. I like it, but we'll see if there's anything more on the optimizer. Actually, I forgot to type in Lopez on the optimizer just to see. He's not offered on any other apps at this push line. So Underdog Fantasy, Pick 6, and Better Picks all do not have him offered. That's why you see empty columns here as data entries under there. So you're not getting full value for taking his favored under. All right, so I'm looking for plays like this. You could also just use this filter, makes it easier. You just type in or you just click only on Prizepicks, and then this play is obviously gonna still be showing because this play is only available on Prizepicks. We're getting that exclusive value to that app. So we'll stick with that. I wanna roll with some what? I actually have this filter on. I love having this filter on though. And the second play that I see here pop in is gonna be this Dominic Barlow play in the 76ers game. Rebounds under 5.5, it's a -136 consensus favorite across the market. So you see here we got Fliff and Pinnacle as the data points of reference. Fliff with a -135 favorite under, Pinnacle with a -138 favorite under, and then you see here that Underdog Fantasy, again, Pick 6, Better Picks, all do not have this line up, so they either discounted this line on its under or removed it completely. And again, another nod to this only on Prizepicks tool. I love this. If you do have the tool, you want to make sure this is on when you're on the optimizer. At least that's what I do, just to see where we're getting plays exclusive to Prizepicks. And I like that play also because when you check the Novig tab and you check a Dominic Barlow play, again, rebounds under 5.5, you see here is +125 to go over this line as indicated by the sharp bettors on Novig. So we know now that the higher the plus line is in this column, that the more favored the opposite direction is going to be. So it's good that we have over +125 here, because then we know his unders heavily favored as confirmed by our parlayers consensus. So we're going to get that in as the second play. So again, you guys know I love my unders, and that's just unfortunate here. So they did end up bumping, or they did end up removing that play completely here. Would have been a sick play to get in as our second pick of the day. We had a lot of confidence towards that pick. I'll just refresh the tools to get back on track here. They didn't touch this Lopez play yet, which is good, but this Barlow play unfortunately took a hit here. It's not on the board any longer, so we're gonna have to get in a replacement play instead of Barlow. Really unfortunate. There's not too much peaking, not too much popping up on the value right now. I'm gonna check off all the reference books to see where the plays might be offered elsewhere. I just want to go through it. That's so unfortunate. I will have to go with this, and this is gonna be, let's see if I could even pronounce his name, Musa Dia, however you say this guy's name. I know he's a center for the Hornets here against OKC. There's a couple reasons I'm liking this play, just aside from the tool. First of all, he is slotted into the starting lineup, which is going to be something good for this game because OKC's at home. They're probably like 15-point favorites against the Hornets. So if he is starting, then hopefully we will not see a lot of the court. The starters get a breather. That's the logic behind taking an under on a starting player, honestly, on either side. But it's good that the Hornets are. So I don't mind taking his under 10.5 here. And I see here that Prizepicks has him at a +120 on his over. So unlikely to hit. And the more likely side is going to be his under, as indicated by the parlayers consensus. And you just go across the market here is a -131 favorite to us under. And if I check here on the optimizer as well, again, more empty columns here is what I want to see. I don't want to see another app offering him at 10.5, because that means we could get full value on another place also. So Prizepicks isn't really giving us much incentive to be like, we have the best value on the board for you at the moment that no other place or platform is offering. I rather not see that. If I do, it's not the end of the world. It wouldn't sway me away from a really good pick. However, the fact that there's nothing here makes it that much of a better pick. So because of that, I will get in this play. Hopefully it's still on the board. It is. Goblin at 9.5, Demon at 11.5, so 10.5 probably is fair line, as said by Prizepicks. And I believe that Novig as well has him as a +120 underdog to his over. They do. So Novig and Prizepicks on the same page here. It's not always the case for the exchanges, but that is the case here. So Brook Lopez still first play, 11 PRA under. Diabate under 10.5 rebounds. And I want to check this Barlow play one more time. He's not here. Man, that sucks. I was really feeding that play to get in, but he's not on the board, so we're gonna have to move to another play. I'll refresh the tools one more time. Maybe something else pops in. We'll see. I like taking this. I think I'm gonna take this here. I see Christian Braun, 13.5 rebounds. You see here's a -135 favorite across the market. So when he is offered at 13.5, you see here he's heavily favored to go over. But if I just go to, I'll select all the books here. You see here, first of all, he's not offered on the other books. Like we've been targeting these Prizepicks exclusive plays this whole video, so that's big. And BetMGM has him at 15.5. This is crazy. Let me just check really quickly with you guys what the Nuggets are saying here. I know Jokic is out. Okay, so Jokic is gone. Valanciunas. You see here, Braun. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure he was already in the starting lineup anyway, or maybe he was alternating with Tim Hardaway. But he is in the starting lineup here at shooting guard. I will be taking him I will be taking him here in this slip. I'm gonna check his goblin and okay, so he has a demon at 14.5, goblin at 12.5, nothing crazy, and see where he is here. We go down again. Yeah, it's still here. I like, you see here, his points line was already at 9.5, and you see here, BetMGM again being super aggressive here, price game at 2 points higher. He already got bumped on Prizepicks to 10, so I'm gonna move quickly because I feel like Prizepicks could bump this up to 14 just because we're getting 2 points rebounds discrepancy with this BetMGM line, and this is really going to be our huge point of confidence here, and the fact that he's not offered anywhere else. So I'm going to move quickly, get this video uploaded ASAP, and hopefully you guys can get this in. Final recap of the picks. You got Brook Lopez under 11.5 PRA, you got Diabate under 10.5 rebounds, and you got this Christian Braun play. It's going to be our only over in this 3-man slip for 13.5 points rebounds over, and this should total out to a 6x. It will be plus 5 units when it hits. I'm limited to $5 on this account. You guys are more than welcome to put a bit more down, but again, I have to reiterate, do not empty out your whole bankroll on this one slip. Volume is the name of the game, as you guys see in these videos. So with that being said, I will wrap up this slip. Let me get this submitted before anything changes. I'm gonna get this video uploaded as soon as possible. Stay tuned for a big announcement today regarding the tools on the site. There might be one dropping very soon, who knows. Stay tuned for the announcement, and yeah, really thankful for all the support we've been getting recently on across all platforms. As always, you guys can follow us on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it, and you can join the free Discord for more plays and breakdowns for free that I post on the daily. So I will see you guys there, and have a good one.